Welcome to From the Bleachers. I'm your host, as always, Shamus Clancy, coming to you from the wonderful Bleeding Green Nation Radio Podcast Network. Now I'm doing something a little bit different today. I'm recording this early Friday afternoon on February 26th. I'm actually doing a video recording of this, and I will be posting it on a Bleeding Green Nation YouTube page. We will have either an old one we're trying to get some login info for, or a new one. We will have more info on that, either on the site or on our Twitter or on Instagram, which I also run at Bleeding Green Insta. But we will bring you guys some more different types of content as the off-season rolls on. But today, earlier this week, I released my podcast saying, goodbye to the Carson Wentz era. I'm ready for Jalen Hurts. I'm Team Hurts. Hurts is my QB1. Let's get Jamar Chase or someone to pair with him going forward. And, free agency kind of starts in, about a month, less than a month. League year starts on, the 17th or the 15th of March. And I'm ready for the Eagles action now. Wentz was that domino to fall where, okay, this is the next era of Eagles football. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to do something new. I'm ready to have fun. And let's move on with things. And again, the draft is still a little over 2 months away. But something fun I wanted to do today to mix things up. It's a Friday afternoon. I'm off today. Got work tomorrow and Sunday and Monday for NBC Sports Philadelphia. So I'm chilling today. And I want to, change things up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is use the fantastic mock draft simulator from the Draft Network, home to the great Benjamin Solak, as well as his home at Bleeding Green Nation and Bleeding Green Nation Radio. So we're going to do an Eagles mock draft on the Draft Network. So I have the Eagles. We are the 6th pick, obviously, to start things off. I have the premium subscription to the Draft Network. Obviously, got to keep Solak's lights on and his bills paid, right? So there will be trade offers for the Eagles picks. I can make trades and offer them to other teams. I could trade back. I could trade up. I could do all these different things. So I'm going to get going here. First, I'm going to crack an ice-cold Kenwood, my favorite Philadelphia light beer. Going to put it in this Chuck Bednarik koozie. Gotta love Concrete Charlie. Local guy, Eagles legend, and a Penn guy, too. Maybe the best Ivy League athlete of all time. Mad respect to Chuck Bednarik. Ooh, what a great sound, All right, kicking things off here. All right, I'm up. The 49ers are offering me the 12th pick, the 43rd, the 102nd, and the 156th for pick number 6. And the Cardinals are offering me 16, 49, 79, and 238. I'm going to decline that. There is a world where I'd be into trading down, but in my heart of hearts, you so rarely get a top 6 pick, the top of a draft, especially with one that seems to have some real elite talent like this one. And this team is so devoid of true young building blocks that have a chance at true stardom that I want to hit on this pick really badly. So I'm going to decline these 2 trades. And we have, sitting on the board, Justin Fields, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Devonta Smith, all guys that should be entertaining for the Eagles. Now, Justin Fields is a quarterback. I'm a Hurts guy, as I said. Justin Fields is probably the only quarterback that I'd really be comfortable taking. Don't like Zach Wilson. Trevor Lawrence is gone. Trey Lance, I get he's super talented, and it's not rational in the slightest, but I cannot do the North Dakota State thing again. I'm sorry. I know that means he's going to go on to a Hall of Fame career, but I just can't do it. I like Justin Fields, but I really want Jamar Chase. I really want to have Jalen Hurts to have a chance to have success in Philadelphia. Let's give him some building blocks. Let's not make the same mistakes the Eagles made with Randall Cunningham, with Donovan McNabb, and with Carson Wentz, where they didn't surround those guys with enough true great offensive talent early in their career. So 6th pick, we're grabbing Jamar Chase, LSU. Come on down. Welcome to Philadelphia, Jamar Chase. I think we'll probably go defense with the 2nd pick. We have pick 38 in the 2nd round coming up. Or 37. Even better. See if we get any trade offers here. So the Rams are offering me 57, 101, and 247 for 37. Don't love that. So I'm just going to decline that. I do like making trades, and maybe I'll do one in the future where I do a trade every single pick as we get closer to the draft. I'm sure I'll do more of these. I can still always make my own pick and trade back, too. All right, we have... I don't know what we're working with here. Got the edge rusher from Texas. Who got a linebacker here? Dylan Moses sitting there at 54. I'm against taking linebackers so early. And I have been, and it's just a foundational thing of how NFL rosters are built. But you look at the success the Buccaneers had defensively, and I think there's a difference between not investing first-round picks and huge contracts in the linebackers and then not having competent NFL players at that position on your team, which is the case of the Eagles the last couple years. And I get it, but I think Dylan Moses is a monster. You could just plug him in, and for the next half dozen years, you say he's a 3-down linebacker for us. We could play nickel, we could play dime, we could do all these other formations. We don't have to take this guy off the field. They wasted a day 2 pick on Davion Taylor last year. I think he played 33 defensive snaps as a rookie for a team with almost no linebacker talent. They had Alex Singleton from the Canadian Football League come in and be their best linebacker, and they had a day 2 rookie who could not get on the field. They need players here. They need players on defense. You look at the success that the Eagles' new defensive coordinator, Steve Gannon, had in Indianapolis. I know he's a defensive backs coach, but those Indianapolis teams had a great linebacker core. So right now, people want to say I'm a football guy, too much of a football guy. You need solid players. When in doubt, take a defensive player from the SEC. Probably won't fail if you're doing that. So I'm grabbing 37th pick, linebacker Dylan Moses. This will make everyone happy. My dad will be so happy. The guys I have season tickets with down at the link will love taking a linebacker this early. But I think Moses is that good. And maybe 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, he's someone that I think could have gone in the first round. But we see the changing ways the league don't value linebackers as highly. But I think he's that talented. And I don't really love the talent we're seeing otherwise. Asante Samuels Jr. is off the board. Some of the cornerbacks I would rather take a little bit later. I would either trade down right here given the current board or just hop on Moses, which I'm definitely doing. Lead us to the promised land, Dylan Moses. Loved it. I mean, Howie doesn't draft SEC guys, right? He thinks he's really smart and wants to... Oh, I stay up late and watch the Pac-12 games. Do you think no one else stays up late, dude? What are you saying? All right, so I got an offer from the Dolphins. They want to trade. They want to give the Birds me the 50th pick and the 123rd pick, and I would be giving up 70, 84, and 220. I didn't really love the talent at 37, so I'm not really sure I'm going to love 50. And I'd rather take those, 2 home run swings at 70 and 84, because I'm not sure the talent level is really that different at 50 and 70. So we're going to decline that offer for now. Colts giving me 54 for 70 and 151. 151 isn't anything. I'm going to do it. Let's do it. Lock it in. Another trade with the Indianapolis Colts. All right, so I want to pick 54 here. Who we got on the board? Got the safety from TCU. Oh, Asante Samuel Jr. was on the board. My mistake. All right, let's do it. I didn't see that earlier. I guess he dropped in the standings of the predictive big board on the Draft Network, but he's available right here. I'm about this move, so we're going to get Dylan Moses and Asante Samuel Jr., 2 guys to be comfortable taking at 37. And I'm getting them both in the second round. All I had to surrender was the 3rd round pick. We do have 2 3rd round picks this year because of the Carson Wentz trade and the 151st pick. So, boom. We love your dad. Mitchell Ness has to make an Asante Samuel senior jersey now. I'm pretty friendly with the people who run the social media account, especially the one at the flagship store in Philadelphia. I've been trying to get them to make a Kelly Green 2010 alternate Asante Samuel jersey. I think that'd be so dope, especially if his kid comes here printing money. And if you want to give me a freebie, I like freebies. Would really like one. So boom, Asante Samuel Jr. Welcome to Philadelphia. Okay, we're gonna be coming up shortly on pick 84. Let's see. The Vikings are offering us 78 and 119 for 84, 157, 191, and 228. I'm going to decline. Texans offering 109, 122, and a 2022 seventh. Yuck, for 84 and 228. Go scram. No. Coming up. Okay, so we're on the board here. And what talent do we have here? Guy I really like, and I know some people won't like this. I don't think I'm going to take him here. Is Michael Carter, the running back from North Carolina. I get people might not like taking a linebacker and a running back on day 2. And we do have Miles Sanders, but the Eagles aren't going to give Miles Sanders a second contract here. He regressed as a pass catcher in 2020, and yeah, maybe that's because Carson Wentz couldn't complete a 5-yard pass. But I think they need another running back in there. I would just draft a running back every 2 years on day 2 and have a good guy. If they someone wanted to give a second-round pick for Miles Sanders this offseason or on draft day, I wouldn't hate it. I'd jump on that deal. Michael Carter, he has experience splitting the backfield in North Carolina this past season. He's more of a pass-catching threat, was very good at that. If he comes in here, I think he'd be fine splitting duties with Miles Sanders, and it would leave Miles to be a little bit more efficient, a little bit more well-rested to get those home run hits on the ground that he's great at. I think he averaged 5.3 yards per carry. This past year, he had a couple huge runs for touchdowns, which I love. Good player, but I think when this team is in this reloading phase, maybe having a running back of his caliber, you're better off moving him going forward. Again, I like Michael Carter, but I am not going to take him here. I might double up on cornerback. They need depth at cornerback, and Darius Slay's still here. Maybe he's gone next year. Maybe he gets restructured this offseason. They had a chance to trade him. I definitely would. I think that trade was a mistake at the time, especially when you considered they wanted to, get rid of Malcolm Jenkins to get younger, and then they add another older player in the secondary. Obviously not as old as Malcolm Jenkins, but still committed a lot of money to the guy. So I might double up on cornerback because you have Jalen Mills could be gone, NRC. What is Avonte Maddox at this point? Will this new regime defensively, this new coaching staff want him at cornerback? Will they want him at safety? Will they want him at all? A guy I really like is Syracuse cornerback Trill Williams, who played a little bit of everything at Syracuse for the Orange. And he's a guy I kind of wonder why he isn't going higher on the predictive board on TDN. He's ranked 105th. He can play. He's played safety. He's played slot cornerback. He's played outside corner. I think he projects best as an outside corner at the next level. But he could do a little bit of everything, which is great when you have this new team. You have some young guys, and you're going to be flipping guys around, and injuries always happen too. So the Eagles need depth on defense. They're depleted there. I'm going to double up on cornerback. Trill Williams, fantastic name. Welcome to Philadelphia. Coming up here. I don't know where I'm going to go next. Maybe safety. We're going to go crazy on secondary. Going to grab another receiver. I think we need to get a running back in like the 5th round or something. We got to pick up some mid-round picks. Just another guy to replace Bosco, replace Corey, who might not be back. You need, because you see Miles missed a few games last year. Boston Scott gets a lot of snaps. You're going to need more talent on offense. And again, the same way that I want to surround Jalen Hurts with Jamar Chase, give him as much offensive firepower as possible. Birds coming up on pick 157 right now. And who do we have available? Joshua Bledsoe, safety from Missouri, is intriguing right here for sure. But I think I'm going to go, again, we're talking about running backs just now, and this seems like a perfect move. Javian Hawkins, running back from Louisville. And he seems like a better Boston Scott. He's small, he's 5'9", 196, but dynamic dude. He's got the juice. I'm all about juice. I think his juice above replacement in college was great. And I think he's going to be fit right there as in a sub package guy. A guy can be there on third down. Who can spell Miles Sanders at times. Good mix. And if you have a rushing attack that's Jalen Hurts, Miles Sanders, and Javian Hawkins, and either you have Corey or Bosco as your third guy, or maybe sign a guy in free agency, you get an undrafted free agent. We know that Corey was an undrafted free agent, had some success in Philadelphia. All those things could happen. But right now, Javian Hawkins, welcome to Philadelphia. Come on. Cool. Pick is in. So right now we have Jamar Chase, Dylan Moses, Asante Samuel Jr., Trill Williams, and Javian Hawkins. Why am I not just the GM? Why am I not the GM? Okay, we're around pick 180 right now. Eagles will be on the board in a little bit. Do we go safety here? Do we go another linebacker? Do we grab some depth on the line? Pick 191 in a sec for the Birds. All right, we're up. Ooh, top guy left on the board is the guy I think I want here. But we'll look at some other players we got. Yeah, Brian 185. Could go LeBron Ray, defensive tackle from Alabama. I'm intrigued. I think it's either him or Shi Smith, wide receiver from South Carolina. I think he's going to be a legit player in the pros. Who else do we have? So it's him or LeBron Ray. Malik Jackson's gone. Fletcher Cox is older. Fletcher Cox could even get traded, I think. And if someone's offering a second-round pick for him or something, I think you have to consider it. And again, this is a late pick in the draft, but they need depth. They need bodies there. And while I like Shi Smith from South Carolina, let's go LeBron Ray. Welcome to Philadelphia. Again, when in doubt, grab a defensive player from the SEC, specifically Alabama. We are looking good. Gotta go safety here, maybe. Interior offensive line. I think we could use some interior depth for sure. Around pick 210 right now. I think I know the guy I want late. If he's still there when the Birds are up. Pick 220. Here we go. Alright, so could grab a wide receiver. Get some more depth there. I don't think I am, though. I think I know the guy I want. Edge rusher, SEC guy. Going to be the steal of the draft wherever he winds up. Jamar Watson. Give me all the Jamars, all the Jalens taking over the city. Athletic guy, should be going higher than the 6th or 7th round. Jamar Watson, Kentucky. Going to be rebuilding at the edge. Blandingham's older. His contract's probably going to get restructured. He'll be here a couple more years. We don't know what's going to happen with Derek Barnett. Will his 5th-year option get declined? Will he get traded? Will he get signed an extension here? That's for a cheaper, cap hit for this upcoming season. You have Vinny Curry, who's probably leaving. You have Jannard Avery switching to linebacker, and I am high on Josh Sweat, though. I think he should be the Eagles starter this year, but again, Brandon Graham's old. If you're taking a guy on day 3, he can be a developmental guy, the same way Sweat was, where he kind of, found his footing after a year or two, and now is a legit contributor. So Jamar Watson, welcome to Philadelphia. Pick 225, pick 226. Eagles up again, pick 228. Safety, who we got at safety? Couple SEC guys. Did I go get another receiver? I don't like these schools. They scare me off. But Josh Palmer from Tennessee, though. Maybe. He could be an outside guy, but I think I'm going to go safety here. We have Jamian Sherwood from Auburn. And we have Todd Harris Jr. from LSU. Good track record with LSU defensive backs, right? LSU players overall. We're in the 7th round here. Eagles hit on the 7th rounder defensive back once with Jalen Mills in 2016. Let's hit on one again. Todd Harris Jr., welcome to Philadelphia. I believe that is the Eagles' final pick, but we will see in a second. I'm happy with this. This was good. Pick 235, pick 236. And obviously I would sign all of the best undrafted free agents if I was in charge of this. Obviously. Pick 240, pick 241, 242. Could have taken a tight end late, I think. And I think the Eagles, they might sign a vet. I don't know if Richard Rodgers will be back. We're all assuming Zach Ertz is gone, whether he's traded or released in the coming weeks. And, they could still draft Kyle Pitts at number 6, which I'm not a particular fan of. I know other people are. Benjamin Solak, Ben Natan just wrote a great piece today doing a little bit of mock draft simulator where he got the Eagles Kyle Pitts. So, draft's over. I'll read off all of the picks to you all. 6th pick, Jamar Chase, wide receiver, LSU. 37th pick, Dylan Moses, linebacker, Alabama. Pick 54, Asante Samuel Jr., cornerback, Florida State. Pick 84, Trill Williams, cornerback, Syracuse. Pick 157, Javion Hawkins, running back, Louisville. Pick 191, LeBron Ray, interior defensive line, Alabama. Pick 220, Jamar Watson, edge, Kentucky. Pick 228, final pick of the draft of the 2021 NFL Draft for the Birds, Todd Harris Jr., safety, LSU. That was fun, right? Got to do another one before the end of the year. Before the draft comes, maybe in a couple weeks. Maybe closer in April, maybe I'll do one, and perhaps I could get Solak or Ben or Brandon or even a random guest on. I know I do some guests once in a while to jump on with me, and we could talk through it and figure out who we want to get. And this is the funnest part of the offseason for me. We love the draft. The draft is so fun. All of the possibilities are endless for the Birds. We could be drafting guys who don't do jack squat here, or we could draft in guys who irreparably change the future of the franchise, right? So that's the mystery box fun of the NFL draft. It's why I love it. It's why it's so entertaining. Hope is free and eternal for every fan base come the NFL draft. Every pick is going to be a superstar in the first round. Every day 3 pick is going to be the sleeper, the diamond in the rough, who becomes a great role player on a playoff run, right? But I'm going to wrap that up for me. That Shamus Clancy. Again, we'll have more info on our YouTube page coming up, but for more of my content, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Shamus_Clancy. Be sure to like us on Facebook, Bleeding Green Nation, I think a page for Philadelphia Eagles fans, and follow the Bleeding Green Instagram, which I also run at Bleeding Green Insta. If you like my writing on Twitter, if you like my writing for BGN, NBC Sports Philly, all these places, my podcast, be sure to check out my Philadelphia Sports newsletter from Broad Street with Love, patreon.com/Shamus_Clancy. Go Birds, I'm ready for the draft.